I am Ginevra. I come from Florence, so from Italy, and I'm currently living in Cologne in Germany. And so I went through the abortion process alone. And at first, I got in touch with my private gynecologist who could make a certificate for me. So that was no problem for me. Luckily, I was very lucky, I have to say, because I know some other women who actually had a problem also at that point. And my problem started when I got to the hospital, because in Florence we can have abortion up to the 19 days of pregnancy, but there are some specific places where you can have it. And for some reason they wanted to visit me again, because that was the main procedure, there were some rules to follow. And for some reason they couldn't really say that I was pregnant. The results of my echo was not enough for them, and so I had to repeat them several times. I don't know if that was a normal circumstance. This I cannot say, but I can say I can report what the doctors told me over that situations every time, and that was not really what you would expect from some doctors, gynecologists who have to follow women undergoing this procedure. I remember once a doctor who repeated multiple times that there was something weird. I don't know in what exactly. She was doing an echo and she was ultrasound, and she was reporting that everything was weird. So at the end of the visit, I just asked her whether I had to go under, I don't know, to do other tests after the abortion. And she asked me brutally why I was interested in that. And at that point, she also claimed, you shouldn't be interested since you don't want children, right? And so I said, no, I don't want a child at this point, but of course, maybe in the future I would like to have one. So it's important for me to know what I have to do. And she said that she couldn't tell me, she couldn't be sure if I weren't be able to have other babies after the abortion, for example. And that was already a hard thing for me when she said it, because I was already I wasn't feeling very well over that point, of course. And at some point they told me that I had to talk with a psychologist just to make sure that I really wanted to have an abortion. After 1 month, I had a hemorrhage. I was outside. Nobody of my friends there knew that I had an abortion, because I wasn't really feeling okay in talking about that. I was also feeling very depressed for all these psychological treatment I received at the hospital. Honestly, that was a huge trigger that I had. And so a friend of mine just came with me to the hospital, but he didn't know what was happening. And when I arrived there, the gynecologist didn't want to visit me at the beginning. So there were some nurses who had to stay with me and checking that if the situation was going really bad, because otherwise he didn't want to come. And at some point they went to call him because I was losing too much blood. And at that point he entered in the room, and as soon as he entered, he said, well, you wanted to have an abortion and now you complain. I wasn't saying anything. I was just silent, just waiting for somebody to take care of me. So I wasn't even complaining. They don't know a lot about obstacles unless they have to go through the procedure their own. And it's still a taboo, so not a lot of people talk about it openly, even if they had it, and not just because it's a private thing, but because they are afraid to be judged. It happens also to myself for a lot of years. And regarding the situation with the healthcare system, yes, okay, abortion is legal, but we have more than 60% of gynecologists which are conscientious objectors, and more moreover, we have to think about all the people involved into the abortion. So also nurses, they can be, they can also object. And also for surgeries, there are also other people who are involved who can object.